welcome to Chuck's Guitar Geekery. Today I'm finally checking out this PRS MT15 head I've had here for a couple months. I got it as part of a big trade deal. I traded in a whole bunch of stuff I wasn't using and got other cool stuff. This PRS guitar was also part of it, a hollow body standard SE. So MT15. It's a all tube, 2-channel Lunchbox style head. There's a lot of glass in here, a lot of tube. Editing Chuck here. While I was making the video, I just kind of talked out my rear end on what I thought all the tubes did, because that's a lot of tubes in the small amp. So I went out and found a diagram of all the tubes from PRS's website, so it's on the screen now. So it turns out the clean channel has its own set of tubes, the gain channel has its own set of tubes, the effects loop is tube driven, so there's a tube for that, and then there's a phase inverter tube. So that's what they all do on top of the two 6L6 power amp tubes. So back to your regularly scheduled programming. So that is kind of an odd thing in a Lunchbox style head, especially a 15 watt. That's what they call this. It's a very loud 15 watts, I'll tell you that. I have it going through a load box and then to impulse responses. So there's an effects loop, and then there's, I think a foot switch came with it if you bought it new, but I bought it used and it did not come with a foot switch. I think that just turns the channels. It may also turn the effects loop on and off. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. But like, subscribe. I'll put affiliate links below if you want to try to find one of these for yourself. They've been out for a while, so I think you can find them on the used market fairly cheaply. Another cool thing. Got these LED lights. It's red on the dirty channel, blue on the clean. Pretty cool. But also, if you join my Patreon below, I got 2 tiers on the Patreon. The first tier, you get just the backing jam tracks. So in the opening jam track there I did, it's a drop D. Kind of blurring the line between D major and then D minor at the end of the chorus, I guess I'll call it. So if you want that backing jam track to jam over, have at it. I was going to try to sell each backing jam track for $1 on Patreon, but you have to have a minimum price of $3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of group the backing jam tracks in groups of 3. So every 3 backing jam tracks, I will have that just for sale on its own. So you can pay $3, you get 3 backing jam tracks. So I'm going to go kind of heavier, you know, for this video and then the next 2 videos moving forward. So those are going to be kind of heavier jam tracks. So that's one tier. Or if you have a Tonex 1, or you're also in the Mvave, Qvave, I think Harley Benton maybe has one of these. I know Leo James does. I think Donner has one, but either the black box, the and black box, or there's a white box or a Pocket X, I think Donner calls it. But any of the amp capture multi-effects where it uses AM2 data amp capture files, you will get captures from Patreon. Or I'll bundle 3 of them together and you can buy those 3 for $3. So I have floated out, I have some captures of this amp out there already, but on the opening jam track, I actually paired it with this SD1 for the lead, so that's going to be the capture I add in for this one. So it'll be the SD1 boost in the lead channel here. Then I'll also do the SD1 boost in the clean channel. Let's see how that goes. But anyways, enough of all that. Let's get into some tones. I'm still in drop D. So that's what all the knobs do on the gain channel. Let's add the SD1 into here, see how it tightens it up. Anyways, that's what the dirty channel can do. This amp, I don't think really needs an overdrive pedal. Like, I think a lot of Mesa Boogie style amps in the higher gain ones really do well if you tighten it up with an overdrive pedal, but this amp still doesn't get too loose, even on the extreme settings, so that's cool. But the main reason I really like this amp is the clean channel, surprisingly. And unlike a lot of Lunchbox style amps, the clean channel has its own 3-band EQ, and it also has a boost that you push-pull on the treble there, and it's got its own volume. So let's see what this sounds like. So the clean channel really comes to life and starts compressing once you get the volume up to like 7 or 8 on the dial there. So it does get dirty. Now let's see what this boost does. Let's see what the SD1 does to this. Now to me, the clean channel is really what sold this amp to me, because the clean channel is so flexible. It can go from pristinely clean with a little bit of compression. It pretty much does what you like out of a Fender Deluxe Reverb. But it's also louder than a Deluxe Reverb. I mean, yes, I know this says 15 watts, but through a good speaker, this is loud. I have it running through a load box and impulse responses, but the clean channel takes pedals so well. And then the gain channel, I mean, I wish it kind of had some more sweep in the lower part of the gain. So I don't know, I may play with like 12 AY7s to kind of tame the gain, because I'm not a high gain player really. But yeah, that's MT15. It's been out a while, it's been 1,000 videos on it, and I have seen other videos from a more of a like repair amp tech side of things, that they said these are pretty easy to work on also, because with a lot of more modern affordable Lunchbox style heads, they can be tricky to work on and can be expensive if something fails in it, which it almost feels like a disposable amp at that point. But I have heard these are not too bad to work on if something does fail in it. It is a lot of glass, so when the tubes go, that's going to be expensive to replace all of it, but 2 6L6s, it's loud, and it's flexible. That's a win-win to me. And I'm not using the effects loop right now. I'm adding the reverb with my impulse response, but the effects loop works. I have used it. Yeah, maybe I will get the foot switch to go with it, but anyways, like I said, I have the Patreon below. If you want the backing jam track, I'm going to have heavier jam tracks for the next few weeks. So you get at least one backing jam track a week. I'm going to try to, overall, a wide variety of jam tracks, mostly in the rock realm. Some heavier stuff, some more soulful bluesy stuff. I like it all. But you get one backing jam track a week. Then you will also get a Tonex and the AM2 data capture of whatever rig I'm doing that week. Usually I do pedals, so it'll be the pedal plus the amp. And then you can add your own impulse response. Or if you want just pedals, like you want to use Tonex 1 as a stop box, I can start doing that too if you want to. But join the Patreon for that, help support this channel. And then use the affiliate links below if you want to grab one for yourself to help support this channel. See y'all next week.